Good evening, everyone. I'm Jill Oddo.
Number 9 will forever be a New Orleans Saint, but Sundays will look different without him on the field.
It wasn't the prettiest of wins for the Saints, but a win is a win and we'll take it. When Anthony Davis came to the Pelicans in 2012, he was hoping to take the team to new heights. With no touchdowns last week against the Dallas Cowboys, Teddy Bridgewater made sure that didn't happen again. With their last victory being January 12th, Nichols is hoping to end their 5-game losing streak tonight. Drew gives back this holiday season, setting an example for the community. 4 words. Drew Brees is back. Let's talk Anthony Davis. When he arrived in New Orleans in 2012, he was talking about taking the Pelicans to new heights. But now, 7 years later, he thinks this organization is for the birds. Things have heated up. 2 weeks ago, Anthony Davis made an obscene gesture to a Pels fan, which resulted in a $15,000 fine from the NBA. So, how did we get here? In 2012, Davis was the first-round draft pick by the Pelicans, and since day one, he is not disappointed, making the All-Star team 6 times. But back in January, the 26-year-old demanded a trade. And in essence, torpedoed the Pels season.
I think he's a great kid. I think he's a very good kid. I think he's a solid guy. I asked him, did you? I don't care. I think he got some bad advice. If you want me to just be to tell the truth, I'll leave it at that. But there's nothing wrong with AD. He's a good, solid guy with good character.
So, if Davis is a good guy, does he regret the decisions he's made this year?
I think in everything you do is always something to learn. I haven't really sat back and thought about any of that yet. The season just ended, but it's something that I'll go back and look at it and reflect on, and if it has, then I'll say to myself and the people around me and see if something happens again, what we could do better, and go from there.
The man charged with trading Anthony Davis this summer is new Pelicans Vice President David Griffin, one of the biggest names when it comes to NBA executives. Landing Griff is a huge get for team owner Gail Benson. Sam Grunnig was in Metairie the day Griffin was hired. From Gail Benson's basketball team to her football team, the Saints season ended in truly heartbreaking fashion on the NOLA no call. The play is without question one of the worst in NFL playoff history. But good news, the NFL worked this offseason to make sure something like this never happens to another franchise. At the annual owners' meetings, big changes took place. The owners voted 31-1 to change the rules. Offensive pass interference and defensive pass interference are now subject to coaches' challenges, both on calls and non-calls. Head coach Sean Payton was instrumental in getting the owners to make these changes. The Saints start off-season training at their facility this week. The team will hold its annual minicamp June 13th through the 15th, and those practices will be free and open to the public. That's a look at sports. I'm Jill Oddo.
After 15 years in the Saints and 20 years in the NFL, our dad is finally going to retire so we can spend more time with us. Yay!
I felt good in the sense that it's been a job well done, and he's done an amazing thing for all Saints fans and all New Orleanians. Pretty much every dream that any kid in New Orleans growing up could have for the Saints, he made it happen.
It's not something I looked forward to. I always kind of dreaded the day when he would retire.
I wasn't super surprised, but it was still really sad because he's what I remember watching Saints games and stuff my entire life.
I was sad about it just because he's been a part of the city for so long. He was a part of such a huge comeback from Katrina.
First memory that came to mind was when they won the Super Bowl for New Orleans for the first time in 2009. I remember me and my little brother rushing to my grandmother's truck. We were driving down the street, and everybody came out their house partying and throwing firecrackers and all that. It was a great time. I'll never forget that night.
It brought kind of a spirit back to the team, got the city behind them.
I think he raised the standard of excellence for the whole city, not just for the Saints, but for the whole city. He made New Orleanians really see that we can be a world-class city.
Number 9 will forever be a New Orleans Saint, but Sundays will look different without him on the field.
I'll miss him terribly, but I'm excited to see what happens next.
He was kind of like, in a weird way, like a savior.
Now I feel like that's going to be really weird, and they're going to have to find like another superstar, honestly.
Because you can't replace a leader like that.
I'm very thankful for Drew and everything he did for New Orleans and the city.
After several years struggling, the Green Wave got back on track in 2018 with a bowl win. In 2019, expectations are high.
A big part of it is, a lot of these guys this will be their 4th season coming into how we're doing things as a football program, and they got confidence in what we're doing.
Also helping Tulane take a big step toward their championship goal, new offensive coordinator Will Hall, who the Wave stole from their rival, the University of Memphis.
We're trying to incorporate some of the option. That's part of my past. My dad won over 300 games running the option, so I certainly understand that part of the game, and that's the way I grew up. And so we're incorporating that with a pro-style power spread, up-tempo scheme, and it's been a whole lot of fun. I think the kids would tell you it's been fun. I know I'm having fun.
But all eyes are on senior quarterback Justin McMillan, who arrived on campus last August. McMillan is a transfer from LSU, and as soon as he took over as a starter last year, he led the Green Wave to a 5-1 record, including a win in the Cure Bowl.
Well, obviously, he's supremely talented. I think anybody that's ever met him and knows him knows the skill set he has is really high. The thing with him is understanding the impact he has with everybody around him. When you're the quarterback, everything you do every day, you're impacting others more so than everybody else on the team.
Justin's a gym rat. He loves football, and he's up there all the time. And Coach Hall is a big-time gym rat, too. And I really think he's got a good understanding of what we're doing. But it was only 15 practices. We're going to have 27 before our first ball game. And then there's a whole lot of work we can get done in the summer, too. So he's going to even have a better control and knowledge of the offense here in a few months.
The Green Wave will open their season at home against FIU August 29th.